Hello, welcome to another episode of the Inked Happiness. And guess what? Today is our birthday. In fact, we have turned 3, and I mean the YouTube channel, of course, the blog is much older, but I wanted to thank all of you for the support and the blessings and the good wishes. Without you guys egging me on, we wouldn't have reached this place, this milestone, and I am grateful to all of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And today, uh, in a on a date like this, you can't but feel a bit nostalgic, and it's coincidental. I had not thought about it, but now that I've started talking, it feels that it's such a coincidence. Probably this is providence that the pen that I'm going to show you today is one from my childhood, and it adds to the nostalgia. That's number one. Number two is, a couple of weeks back, we had done a video where I had shown you, samples of 2 pens that I had asked you whether you guys want to see these pens being featured in the show. And so many of you have called or written to me telling me that you want to see these pens. So I'm going to show you that pen. Now, I bought this. This is a Hero 336. I don't know whether you can see it properly, but this pen, when we were in school, we could not afford expensive pens. Our parents, whatever, like, we had a different kind of growing up, way away from these days of conspicuous consumption and instant gratification. We were far off, some of you who are old enough would also agree with me. We had those Artix pens and those Glory pens, and of course Suleka ink, and we were not allowed very expensive things. Our parents, our fathers, our mothers, they used to use Schaeffers and Parkers and Waterman and all those, not the Mobler types, but we were not allowed expensive pens because we used to write a lot and we used to break a lot of pens. We used to lose a lot of pens. And since most of the pens that most of our friends had were kind of similar, so there was always this problem of somebody picking up a pen and by mistake thinking it to be his or hers. And so we were not allowed expensive pens. We had Artix and Glory and other pens. And around those 80s, early 80s, the Chinese pens came. Wing Sung, White Feather, Hero. These were the pens. Now, the basic difference between the pens that we used and the pens that came was the filling mechanism. The Artix and all, they were all eyedropper fillers, and these pens used to be the type that had aromatic fillers in them. So, and we all craved them. As a matter of fact, I'm sure someone who's 1 year senior to me, who was 1 year senior to me in school, and he's a great collector himself, Mr. Sudipto Chatterjee. I remember he sold a HMT watch, a new HMT watch that he had got for his poite, Uponoi on the thread ceremony that we all had, and to buy a Wing Sung pen. Then, like, we would do that crazy. Okay, he did buy a Wing Sung pen and a Casio watch with the money that he had got, but this was the kind of you know madness that we had for these pens back then. Not that I've changed since then. I am still mad about pens, as all of you know, but the thing is, this was the pen from my childhood. It takes me back to those early 80s when and I have been writing with this pen for the last couple of days. Now, how I acquired this particular pen itself is a story that I should also share with you. You know, Siddhartha Laha, who is now the current owner of GC Laha, he called me up. He's also from my school. He called me up the other day and he said, "Hey, Chom, you know those hero pens that we had as our as kids?" So I said, "Yeah." And he said, "You know, a consignment of those pens have come to my shop, and I was wondering if you want one." So I ran. In fact, I bought two of these. I bought one for Sudipta. I bought one for him, and this is the one that I am writing with, and I'm loving it. Now, a couple of things. Nowadays, you know, I am used to fatter pens slightly because maybe I've grown up, maybe they surprisingly weigh the same, more or less the same. All these pens that I'm using now, as of today, they all more or less weigh the same. But this pen is slightly too thin for my liking. It posts, as you can see, posts beautifully, and when posted, it has a good weight. The balance of the weight goes towards the back of the pen, so it goes. But even I don't like writing with posted pens for whatever reasons. I don't know. These are quirks that we have. These are all individual quirks, and in this at this particular junction, I must also tell you one thing about fountain pens and inks and everything. This is something that's too personal. If I like a pen, doesn't mean that you will have to like it, or you will like it, or probably you will hate it. It's the same with things. It's not like, at the end of the day, this is a pen, it writes, okay? But I may stake my life on it, you may not. Similarly, you may feel that a particular pen is extremely close to your heart, which may turn me off. Now, these are all very personal things. So, when people call up and or people write comments like, that is shit, that is shite, that's bad, that's a rip-off, I kind of don't like that, because it's your word against mine, it's his word against hers. So you shouldn't get into those controversies. Don't degrade someone or degrade yourself or debase someone just because he carries a cheap pen or because he carries an expensive pen. I mean, how does it matter? It's your life at the end of the day, right? And it's your pen, so enjoy it. I love writing with these pens. I have expensive pens, but that doesn't mean that I will not love writing with these pens. Okay, this is a Chinese pen, so bloody what? So this is a Chinese pen, and this doesn't impede on my nationality just because this is a Chinese pen, or my patriotism or anything. I mean, this patriotism is not something that shallow, that by buying a Chinese pen you will kind of go over to the enemy. No, what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say, this is a good pen, number one. This is a very decently priced pen, not at all expensive. Number three, it has been there for many years now, so it has proven all that had needed to be proved, and it's still here, and I'm loving it. But I know I am a terribly biased towards Indian pens. I do everything possible within my uh, within my strength or within my ability or within my knowledge to push Indian products, to tom about their greatness. But just because I call an Indian pen good doesn't mean a Chinese pen is bad. There's a huge difference between the two. If this is good, that's also good. Both can be good, and depending upon who you are and what your likings are, these are the pens. So I'm sure you guys will like this pen. This is the aromatic filler. This is a hooded nib pen. This has a very secure click and a push-in cap. It only disadvantage or only fault that I can remember is that the nibs used to break. But then again, those days we were in school and we were taking notes, and we did not love our instruments, so we were not very cautious with the way we held our pens or the way we wrote with our pens or any of those things. So perhaps the fault was equally ours, perhaps. I don't know, because I have been using this pen for a couple of weeks now, and a couple of days at least, and I've been writing regularly, and I'm very happy with it. So if you want, you can give it a try. This is the Hero 336, and with that I think we should bid adieu. Thank you.